Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Talks with me, Triple D. As always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that subscription button now. So it's the day after, the day of reckoning, and what a card, what a fight, what a card, what a fight night. Really enjoyed it. From top to bottom, it was really good. Brilliant stuff from the Saudis, brilliant stuff from everyone involved. Starting with Big Baby Miller against Triple D, Daniel Dubois, and what a performance from Daniel Dubois. I thought that was a massive win for him, massive confidence booster. He needed that, because if he'd have lost last night, where would he go from there? And he really had to dig in at times, and he showed a lot of art. And as I said, there's a lot of questions hanging over his head. People doubting his commitment, his desire, whether he's got the art, whether he'll look for a way out when the fight starts getting tough. And he answered that with everything. He really dug deep last night. He showed he can swim, when it's rough seas, and he come through it, And Big Baby Miller, you could see what he was trying to do from the off. He was just walking Daniel down, trying to fatigue Daniel without actually letting too much shots off himself, and just physically being there, And it's a hell of a task against a guy of that size who's doing that to you all night. He's making you win the rounds. He's making you really wait for him, and it's hard to keep a guy to create that distance. And you could see Miller's game plan, but Miller was shipping too much punishment. And the further the fight went, he looked tired, and as I said, taking too much shots, too many big shots, and but he did ask questions of Daniel. Daniel had to dig deep in there at times, and he come through it, and that was, like I say, it's a massive confidence booster for Daniel, and a fantastic victory, a really good win, and a really good performance. And like I say, the 10th round, sorry, it was well up on my cards. It could have maybe been deducted a point. He was going in with his head a bit too much, but maybe a bit lucky there. But it is what it is. It's boxing. It's not a tickling contest. And the ref let it slide. But going into the 10th, he was comfortably ahead for me. And he could have easily just stick and move, got behind that jab, and seen it out. And he didn't. He went after Miller, and he wanted that stoppage, and he showed desire. And it was a really good stoppage in the end. Very impressed with it. He really opened up on Miller. I felt, at times when if he just did let a big combination go, he could get Miller, and I thought maybe in the 10th it's passed him by now, but he didn't take his foot off the gas. He went after Miller, and he got a really good stoppage win. It was impressive the way he's seen that fight out, and it was an impressive win as well, an impressive performance, and most importantly, as I say, I'm sure he's had his demons, his self doubts and that, whatever, and everyone's talking bad on you, questions about your desire, your heart, your commitment. Can you go when the going gets tough? Can you dig in and will you look for a way out? He answered a lot of questions last night, Triple D. So massive confidence booster for him, and really good performance, really good win. So well done, Daniel. Moving on, the big shock of the night, but it wasn't too much of a shock for me. As I said, Parker could spoil the party in previous videos. If you weighed it all out, things going in Parker's favour, he's active, the fact that Deontay Wilder's inactive, he's had less than a round in 26 months, where he is at physically, Wilder, off the beatdowns he took from Fury, his age, the fact that Parker would have been the best fighter on his resume, apart from Tyson Fury. They all come into my head, about whether Wilder was actually gonna win that fight, and the instinct was telling me somewhere down the line Wilder will probably catch him, but I wasn't 100% sure on Wilder. I was pretty confident in Parker was capable of beating him. You know what I mean? And that was the case. He didn't just beat him; he humiliated him. He took him to school. Very, very good performance from Joseph Parker last night. And Wilder's always lacked fundamentals and what have you, and we all knew Parker was the better boxer, well I certainly did. And I thought Parker had to put him on the back foot a bit more, pressure, and what have you. And he stay at range, and he still gave Wilder that bit of chance with the distance to land him. But everything he did, Parker, he was fantastic. I cannot question them tactics, because the tactics from Parker and Andy Lee's team was spot on the money. He absolutely destroyed Deontay Wilder. Wilder looked a shot fighter, but it was always there with Wilder. And you say he's shot, I don't think there was much with Wilder anyhow, apart from that deadly power he possesses and the athleticism. The guy's got heart, we know that. He is a warrior. His athleticism, he's got a decent timing of the right hand, good timing of the right hand, good speed. He can set it up, he's explosive, but it wasn't there last night. And I thought, his corner, Mealy Scott. Now, he does talk a good game, he does talk a lot of sense, Mealy Scott, when you sit down and listen to some of his interviews and what have you, and his take on boxing. Yeah, it seems like, but he is the biggest yes man going when it comes to Deontay Wilder. He should have been pushing Wilder there. You've got to show something. You're well behind on the cards. You can't just rely on catching him with a big shot. You've got to go out there and put the pressure on, put it on Parker, and take a chance, roll the dice, and it won't come in. His corner didn't tell him. Wilder himself, he is deluded. You see him at the end, he even thought he'd still got the victory. I think afterwards he even said he thought he'd won. So it shows you where Wilder's eyes are cuckoo pot. He lives in the fucking cloud cuckoo land. He's totally deluded. We'll see what he comes out with in the next few days. I'm sure it'll be fucking wild, crazy accusations of so and what have you. But all in all, Joseph Parker humiliates him. He absolutely annihilated him, destroyed him. From Parker's perspective, fantastic performance, great victory. I don't think many picked Parker to beat him. I don't think many give Parker much of a chance. I think a lot of people thought Parker was shot and what have you, but if you weighed it all out, as I said, with the things about Wilder's inactivity, his lack of fight, he's had one round in 26 months, the fact that Parker would be his best fighter on his resume, apart from Tyson Fury, what he has got left physically after they've took over and then beat downs from Fury, his age, and it all adds up, and it all comes to conclusion last night, and it showed. And Parker, fantastic, brilliant performance, great game plan from himself and Andy Lee, and I can't be happier for the guy. He's a really nice fella, Joseph Parker, and he deserves it. Massive shout out to Parker, great win, kid. And we'll see, you've put your name right back in the hat now for another big fight, so upwards and onwards for Joe. And I can't have asked it for a nicer guy, because he's a great. It comes across as a really nice, genuine fella. He's not all about that fucking trash talking and what have you. He goes out there and he's a good fighter, Joe Parker, and like I say, hard work is paid off for him last night. So fair play, Joe Parker, brilliant job. In the main event, Joshua Wallin, and I thought Joshua was very good last night. He looked very good. Compact, I'd have liked to have seen him put a few more combinations together. He was pot shotting, but the power, the accuracy, the body work, all in all, great performance. I thought Wallen would be a bit more steadier, had a bit more about him, had a go, the way he quit, I was disappointed. I thought, it's a look for an easy way out there, and I expect him to go on his shield if anything, but nah. But the performance from Anthony Joshua was, really good. It was probably the best I've seen Joshua for a while now. Even though I'd like to have seen him maybe put a few more shots together combination-wise. But all in all, I can't really have so much negative to say about the performance. I thought it was a really good, solid performance from Joshua, and he did the job. Unlike Wilder was talking about, I like to window shop and I like looking past Parker, but really on his mind he was all AJ. All he was thinking about was AJ, and I thought Wilder just turned up, do the job, and we'd go on to the massive fight with Anthony Joshua. And where Joshua kept it real, he kept his eye on the ball, kept it didn't look past Wallen, and the performance speaks for itself. Joshua's performance last night was very good. He got the job done, and he looked good doing it. So it's good. You know, I'm happy for Joshua because there's a lot of pressure on him. Everyone's got an opinion on him. Everyone talks about him. You know, his psychology and all of that. Everyone's an expert, and it must be frustrating for him at times. So I'm really pleased for him. I'm glad he got a good performance and a very good win. And we'll see what happens next with Joshua now. You know, so all in all, though, fantastic night of fighting, boxing, sorry, and you know, truly enjoyed it. Bivol, it was a easy performance, comfortable, you know, very comfortable victory. He's a great operator, Bivol, fantastic technician. He's really good fighter, really good boxing skill, you know, top fighter. But I was left a bit, you know, I'd have liked to have seen him a bit more vicious. And don't get me wrong, he started aggressive, he really did, he come out aggressive, but he just lacks that spite, that killer instinct, you know, to get a man out of there. And like I say, he's a fantastic operator, fantastic skill set, really good fighter. And he put on a clinic of a performance last night. But on that stage, against that caliber fighter, Lyndon Arthur, now I ain't digging at Lyndon Arthur, he's a good fighter, you know what I mean? But I think there's levels in the game. And I expected Bivol to have enough and go out there and look for, seek and destroy, get Arthur out of there. It didn't come, and on that stage when the spotlight of the world's on you, you know, I think a statement win, a massive, big stoppage win would have been better for Bivol's profile. I think, you know, and people aren't going to be talking about Bivol today, you know. They aren't really going to be like, wow, you see that Bivol? You know, the average guy on the street, you know, the boxing fan or a few true hardcore fan, they aren't going to be like, wow, you see that Bivol guy? You see that Bivol? Wow. Nah, so I expected him to put on a clinic and be more ruthless, look for the stoppage, and he was happy just to see it out on points. And like I say, it was dominant performance. I didn't give Arthur one round. Boxing wise, you know, technician wise, you know, he's a fantastic operator. But the performance, like I say, it was a dominant performance boxing wise. But I'd have looked to seeing him put on a clinic and get that mean streak and look for the stoppage. And he was happy enough to see it out to points. So it is what it is. At the end of the day, Bivol's still a fantastic fighter, and he's going to give anybody a run for the money, you know, like that. But we hope this leads on now to beat Aviv. I ain't going to go too much into that fight, apart from I want to see it. If the fight gets made, Biv's got business to do with Callum Smith. I think he'll come through that. I'm pretty confident of that. But if Biv gets made, then we can talk more about how that fight plays out and what have you. But let's just hope Biv does the business against Smith, and we get that fight for undisputed, because that's the fight we all want to see. The biggest performance for the night, though, I ain't going to leave it, you know, it was Caballero. Wow, fantastic performance. I don't think anybody's seen that coming, you know, and I don't think anybody, was it inside of 4 rounds as well? The performance was unreal. He wasn't phased, he wasn't intimidated by Makhmudov, who is a scary looking dude, you know, let's have it right, and he was coming in there. Everyone I thought Makhmudov, it was straightforward. He was going to take Caballero out. It was going to be too much for Caballero. But Caballero was fantastic. His approach, his game plan, you know, mixing it up, body to head. And then when he realised he hit Makhmudov to the body, he capitalised, and he really put it on him. And it was a tremendous performance from Caballero. He puts his name right in the hat now for some big fights. And like I say, that was a huge upset win. Because I don't think anybody, well, in my circles, was picking Caballero to do that. I don't even think they was picking Caballero to win, never mind do it in that fashion. So, massive shout out to Ajit Caballero. Brilliant performance. What else we got left on there? We've missed out. Opataya, wow, that kid, you know, there's not so much to say, he's just a monster. You all know my thoughts on Jai Opataya, he's a beast, and his future's massive, future's bright for that kid, and what a knockout that was, what a punch. I think that was the punch of the night. He's something special, Jai Opataya. It was levels, you know, and Zorro, for me, he was never on that level. I expected it to come early. First round, maybe not, but definitely inside of 3, he's a monster, he's a pit bull, you know, he's a beast. He is an actual, genuine, scary monster of a fighter. I don't think, as I said in my previous videos, I don't think anybody comes close to beating Jai Opataya. cruiserweight. I think he dismantles a lot of them with ease, comfortably. So I'm just excited for his career, to see how it unfolds, and he's a really brilliant fighter. He's got a massive future, Jai Apataya. Frank Sanchez against Junior Farr. It started off a bit of a snooze fest. Farr was not dominating, but controlling the centre of the ring, and it took Sanchez a bit to get going. But once he landed that big shot, the writing was on the wall. Fair play to Farr. It was on every shot, and he got up, and it was right at the end of the round, and he got time to recover, but he never truly recovered. And after that, the writing was on the wall, and it was a good finish from Sanchez. He got the job done, and it was a very good stoppage, good performance in the end of the night. He got a good win, stopping Junior Farr, and it did come good in the end. But I thought it started a bit slow, a bit tentative, and what have you. But all in all, he got the job done, and he ended it in good style. So good performance from Sanchez, and that ends it. That caps it off. What a fantastic night of boxing. Truly enjoyed it, every minute of it. It was a great night, and hopefully there's more to come in the future. Cards like there was last night. It wasn't just a one-off, and I don't think it is. I think the Saudis are here to stay. I think they're going to make some real statements in the future, and this is the first of many to come. We've got the Fury fight coming, undisputed against Alexander Usyk, 70th of February. Cannot wait for that. So the Saudis are really in the business. They're really making a statement, and fantastic for boxing, fantastic for us boxing fans, and may long it continue, because it's fabulous, great nights, and it was a great night last night, and fair play to all the boys who got the big wins. Parker, over the moon for Joseph Parker. Really happy for Daniel Dubois, really happy for Anthony Joshua, and the lads in between, Caballeros, Jai Apatayas, Frank Sanchez and Bivol. Good lads, good wins, fantastic wins, boys. Enjoyed it. All in all, fantastic night of boxing, and yeah, that's all I've got on that one, guys. I'll leave it at that. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Boxing Talks with me, Triple D, and have a merry Christmas. All the best for the new year. Don't forget to catch an eye tomorrow. Should be a cracker for Undisputed. Saturday, is it? What day are we on? Monday tomorrow. It'll be fantastic. Boxing Day. Nice. So yeah, that's all I've got on that, lads, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, have a happy Christmas. All the best for the new year. Peace out, guys. Stay safe, and enjoy your Christmas.